Kalamu. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to the Congo Square Connection. Thank you for providing this interview for us. As I think about the years that I've known you and the work that you've covered just in those years, it's massive. You've held a lot of capacities, interacted with a lot of different organizations in our community. How do you define yourself and how do you describe the work that you do?
I define myself as a writer and former activist. I could say I'm still a cultural activist, but when I say activist, I mean in the political sense of getting involved in activities designed to confront the system to make change on behalf of Black people.
Wonderful. And how has the history and legacy of Congo Square influenced that work?
Congo Square is an example. I always say it in one of the poems I wrote, we don't know how, but somehow our people who were enslaved and our people who were nominally free, I say nominally free, convinced the oppressor to allow Black folk to get together on Sundays at Congo Square. One of the most interesting aspects of this when I started researching Congo Square, and it's documented, the Spanish capitalists, shopkeepers, and various people who made money off of offering services, goods and services to people, they were very upset because Black people could buy and sell on Sundays and they could not. And they, as you well know from your research, they actively went after the governor to get change that they could not, sell on those days and so forth and so on. Many people do not realize that Congo Square was far more than singing and dancing, and that it was an opportunity for people to gather, to exchange information, to also practice certain activities that they could not do on a collective basis, but could only do individually wherever they were, shall we say, stationed. And that aspect is often overlooked when we talk about Congo Square, because the people who previously written about Congo Square are only concerned, quote unquote, about money, and use money as the defining element of what makes something significant. I think, on the other hand, that what was significant about Congo Square was our opportunity to get together on a mass level.
From different walks of life.
Different walks of life, from different locations, not just walks of life, but location. Because you could be a farmer working on a plantation, you could be a farmer working on your own little plot of land, and so forth and so on. Both of you were farmers, but that's two very different, how can we say, conditions.
Exactly. Wonderful. Thank you for that summary of what Congo Square was. And
yeah, well, I think it's important that we understand that it has been ceded to Black people that we are the preeminent entertainers and performers of America. That's been ceded. I'll give you two examples. Gene Autry, the so-called singing cowboy,
yes,
started off singing blues and black people's music. That's, I mean, again, that's documented. The very famous first Hollywood movie that incorporated not just sound, but synchronized sound in it was what? What song was famous for that, from that? Mammy. What was interesting about Mammy, oh, Mammy falls on his knees and so forth and so on. It's done in blackface. We don't think much about it being done in blackface. But this man who did this song was actually born in Russia and was of Jewish descent. The family moved to a quote unquote America. And so he's singing this song. So he's doing it in blackface. It's establishing the preeminence of Black people as the entertainers and performers, so much so that if you wanted to be in the first talkie, you had to imitate Black folk. I mean,
excellent.
That's,
you're making connections. That's exactly what this website is about.
And that is simply a matter of doing the research so you can find out. But so often we are mesmerized by quote unquote the product that we forget to do the research.
Exactly. Thank you so much. You know, you are the inspiration for this website. As all of my endeavors, I contact you, I pass it by you. What do you think? Is this a good idea? Should I proceed? How should I proceed? So as an inspiration and as an ongoing advisor, what is your vision for the Congo Square Connection website?
My vision is that your vision will come about and it will inspire other people to get involved and to do things. Just like what I said may inspire you to do a little bit more digging in terms of what you do with Congo Square and so forth, that it keeps going, that it keeps going on. It is not simply about me or even about you. Mm-hmm. It is about our people collectively. As I was saying, what was important about Congo Square. And if we need to have more people doing this, because neither you nor I can know it all.
Exactly. Thank you for all that you have done, all that you are doing and will continue to do. Thank you.
Hey, I couldn't do it without people like you. You got to understand, it is sort of like, everybody says, for instance, who studies jazz, that a crowning achievement of tenor saxophonist John Coltrane's career was the creation of a Love Supreme. A Love Supreme is not a saxophone solo. People overlook that fact because we become so infatuated with John Coltrane. Mm-hmm. Yes, he led it. Yes, he, composed it and so forth and so on. Mm-hmm. But he did not perform it as a saxophone solo. And what is important for us to understand, any achievement that we can make, that it will be significant and down through and continue down through history, has to be part of the tradition. And part of the tradition is it has to be collective work.
Exactly.